you might be asking yourself, who is that? You look like you're incognitus. I am incognitus. I'm having one of those days where like I feel like I look like such a hobo that even like people on the street I feel would be like, oh, who's that hobo? And I'd be like, me. I'm that hobo. So right now we're starting every day, like every day should start with Starbucks. So like, let's get Starbucks. Am I the only person, and be honest with me, that sits in their car for like 10 minutes before actually going where they need to go because they're trying to figure out what music to listen to?
Like 7:15, so I'll read up, or maybe 2 or 3.
Just rolling through Starbucks like a straight thug. You know, how I usually do. Oh, people can see me. Oh! And I wanted to do kind of like a 90s grunge look because that's kind of like the vibe of my dress and like outfit today. So as you can see, I already put in contacts because I ordered like a pink violet contact, but I got an email saying that it was going to be delayed, which is fine. Like, delays happen, whatevs. So I wanted to do, if I could ever get this out of the box, a Sailor Moon inspired like grunge black lady. So let's do, I feel like she would be caked. So let's go with caked. We're gonna do Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Airbrush Foundation. I am Cool Fwa 2. I'll do 2 pumps of that because I usually do 4 and that's usually way too much. Yes. I would normally do like a primer and stuff, but like, whatevs. I'm not gonna like do anything. I know so many people probably watch my, no, not, there's already so many things wrong with that sentence. I know like 3 people watch my videos and are like, girl, your skin tone and your makeup do not match. Here's the thing, I'm really red. Like, if you look, that actually like blends into me pretty well. I think concealer wise, we're gonna do Jeffree Star. This is C4. Again, because it's like one of the few things that's pale enough for me. And we are gonna carve our face today. I've not been doing that recently because I've been trying to be like more wearable looks. But like, you know what? I feel like if grunge were like really a thing today, like I know it's like kind of coming back and like people are doing like their own like nowadays interpretation of it. But I feel like if contouring and grunge like met, those girls would be like contoured. Okay. So base 98% done. I'm going to go in with a brow pencil, whereas I would normally use a pomade. So I have the Kat Von D Signature Brow, and I got medium brown because it's kind of like a cool tone brown, and I feel like it's pretty wearable for me for an everyday look. I'm gonna semi do one of these ish on camera, and then like we're gonna see, because I'm not too positive about this. Like I'm pretty pessimistic about it. So we're gonna do just little baby strokes. This is where my brows are like really sparse. And I want her to have like that kind of straight but harsh brow. So I'm not gonna go down, I'm gonna kind of go out. How do we feel about that? I'm gonna semi-try this technique on the other side. And then what my plan is to go back over it with the Dip Brow Gel from Anastasia Beverly Hills, just to give it like that feathered look. So we'll be right back. And I think we're gonna dip into the Blood Sugar palette from Jeffree Star. But we're gonna have to put some powder down first because, whew, if we don't, any type of fallout is gonna be a real issue. One of the things people don't realize is, like, even if you're not baking, if you like to do your face first, which I do not always, it really depends. Today I was kind of just thinking about like different steps and happened to do my face first. This is Coty Airspun, by the way. If you're doing like a heavy eye look or something that requires a lot of eyeshadow, put a powder down at least under your eyes, even if it's just lightly, because it'll help keep fallout from sticking to your face. So we are going to do exactly that under our eyes, nose, jowls. So I did do a look using exclusively the Blue Bloods palette, and I know he announced yesterday that he's doing like it looks like a purple. Anywho's, this is the inside of this, and it's pretty much gonna have like every color we need. So let's go. I'm gonna go in with my finger and glucose and just all over, because it's gonna kind of act like my base. All right, time for fluffy brush. Sugar cane. Yeah, sugar cane. And so we're gonna take this out farther than normal, in almost like an almond shape, if you can see that, and then blend it into that glucose color. And it looks a little bit more pink on camera than it does like the rest of the time, like in person, but I'm kind of into that. Okay, what are we gonna do next? Let's go cavity. Same brush. Look at that color, you guys. It makes me nervous. I'm like scared of it. Too late now. Yay, packing brush, found one. Okay. So right now my conundrum is between, I think this is extraction, right? And fresh meat extraction. Too late, already put my brush in it. And pack that in. And if you can kind of see, I'm kind of like creating a little shape out here with it. I don't think it matters a ton because I'm going to put a ton of eyeliner on this, but I do just kind of want to play with this one color. What happens if I do this? Okay, that's sweetener. And let's try candy floss on the other eye. Either one works. Let's just blend both. Or do you feel that way? Okay, I'm gonna take a little poof poof. I'm gonna start with sugar cane underneath all the way. I'm gonna go back in with cavity, and that's gonna go in the middle, I think. Just the middle. Then on the same brush, extraction on the outer corners, up into the V.
We're going to fluffy this. We're going to fluffy this. Like I said in one of my earlier videos, like always keep a clean blending brush on hand. Here you go, here's why.
And then finger, candy floss, finger, candy floss. We are going to thick eyeliner. but I want a thick line, thick with like 9 C's. So we're gonna start all the way in there. Right now, I remember I don't like this eyeliner now. So right now we're gonna use Stila Stay All Day. Okay, so I went back in, erased what I could of the eyeliner, reapplied it in like a thinner at the front and then thicker towards the back, which is kind of what I had originally planned on doing. It just didn't play out for me that way. And then I put on Tarte lashes in Go-To lashes and just a little bit of NYX Milk liner on the inside. And I kind of want to deepen this area. I shouldn't leave it alone, but like, how many of my videos have you guys watched? You should know better by now. So I'm actually gonna go in with Coma on like a packed little dome brush and just deepen this. Okay, so now we're gonna go in and do the rest of my face. Fluffy brush to knock out any fallout we might have encountered. I don't think there was a whole ton. And contour time. I want this contour to kind of be like messy and harsh, just so you know. It's like on purpose. Okay. Because like the black lady is like a bad guy, kind of. I couldn't tell what that noise was. That was me like stopping mid-sentence while explaining like what weird facial expression I was making. Are we even? No. So part of the challenge of like doing eyeliner like this is that you put your contacts in before you do your makeup, but like they kind of sometimes, like if they're colored, make it harder to see what you're doing. So just saying, like, not to make excuses, but like I'm making that excuse. Contour the nose. This is the new KVD in Peony, and it's kind of like a muted pink. I'm into it. So I feel like high blush is gonna work best for this look. We're gonna go high right up here on the cheekbones, almost higher than we should be and more than we should be, because I feel like that was also part of like the grunge look, was like too much. 3-star. Let's do King Tut. Let's do King Tut. I don't normally do King Tut because it's a little gold for my everyday, but I feel like it works for this. Actually, I'm gonna do King Tut on the cheeks. Sarcophagus on the brow bone. And Legendary on the nose. And the sarcophagus on the Cupid's bow, so that we don't look too crazy. Yeah, like an almost black. So like here are the two colors next to each other. This is Damned, this is Witches. It's like almost black. Let's do that. And if I don't like it, then I can just do black over it. Solving problems. don't know yet. Let's do a top lip. Oh, duh, Black Lady. What else would we need other than like the whoop-de-whoop, which is what it's called, right? Paintbrush. All right, so we're gonna try and do this quickly because I think I'm running out of space. So, ooh, I'm so nervous. Okay, we're gonna start here. Off to a bad start.
I think so. Let's, we're gonna try it.
So I want to try something. This is from like my chemo days. Okay. She feisty, she pink. We're gonna see how she feels being out and about today. It's been a while since I wore this one, but it was definitely like one of my favorites. Ooh, this is like a legit wig too. Like in my Demon Slayer video, I used like a $10 wig. This is like a straight up like $400 like piece, like lace front unit. Okay. Okay. So then what you do in order to be her, we're gonna take this. Okay. One bun, we'll lift this up. One bun with foof. No, that one didn't work at all. This cooperated. And I'm gonna try and find a way to get it to cooperate.